Well, there is a huge weekend ahead for sports fans. Millions will have a flutter on tomorrow's Grand National.
Will you?
Oh, no, I won't. And the FA Cup semi-finals take place, of course, tomorrow and on Sunday.
Got to lose your fiver somewhere, haven't you? Now, in rugby, it's the big one for Northampton Saints, along with thousands of supporters. They've travelled to Ireland for their European Cup quarter-final clash with Munster. What a wow.
Yeah, it has all the markings of being a classic, and the anticipation is already building in Northampton. Donovan Blake is there tonight, helping things along. Donny, a big day ahead for the Saints and their fans then.
Yes, indeed it is, and the excitement building certainly here. If it's a match day and you're a Northampton rugby fan, well, you're likely to be here. The Rover, just a stone's throw from Franklin's Gardens, and self-proclaimed Saints Supporters Club. A few Saints fans here, as you can see, and a few more which have made their way to Ireland for the big game against Munster. The latest chapter in what's turning out to be a great season for the Saints. One trophy in the bag, prospect of two more to come. They're determined to treat it as just another game at Northampton, but you know there's more riding on it when sports writers from the Nationals gather and the flashboards go up for interviews. Not that the extra attention has fazed the Saints coaching staff. They know what's at stake and what awaits if they can stop one of the giants of European rugby.
They've got a big squad, they're obviously well supported, they're well funded, and they've got a lot of international players. They'll be a really good team this weekend. I'm sure they'll be up for it. Having lost last week to Leinster, they'll be even more desperate to win this week, and we're expecting them to be at their best.
Munster are a team steeped in history, and I think I remember Leicester beating them away many years ago, and what an unbelievable game that was, and it's going to take something special for us to go over there and do something similar.
The Saints will have more than 3,000 fans cheering them on in Limerick, but there will be thousands more back in Northampton, hoping England's sole survivors in the Heineken Cup can take another step closer to next month's final in Paris.
They're playing well, and they've got a good team, good squad, so hopefully, they'll do it.
They'll win.
Really?
Yeah,
You're that
I hope so, yeah.
It's winner takes all on Saturday, and the Saints and Munster have already met in some classic European encounters. Not least their very first meeting 10 years ago, Northampton edging a thrilling Twickenham final to win the Cup. They were reacquainted in this season's competition, the Saints winning the opening group game at Franklin's Gardens, with Shane Geraghty playing a starring role. But Munster hit back in the return game in Ireland, another close-run thing for skipper Dylan Hartley and co. Now they meet for a place in the semi-finals. With the Anglo-Welsh Cup recently acquired, the Saints believe their love of the big occasion could give them the edge.
To some people they may not look at that as a big occasion, but to us it was fantastic. Opportunity to play against a really good side in Gloucester who are at the top of their form, and an opportunity to win a trophy, and we did that, and it can only be good for our experience.
And just like their first win 10 years ago, it's an experience they would love to repeat. Well, at this time tomorrow, the game will almost be over. Let's get the thoughts of a few of the fans. Just your gut feeling, how's it going to go?
Well, if we play to our strengths, and we're playing quite well at the moment, and keep the ball, hit them hard in the rucks, and don't get sucked into the kicking game, I think we'll do it.
Brilliant. Do you share his enthusiasm and support?
I certainly do. I think we're going to win it tomorrow. The lads are up for it, and that's all I can ask for.
OK, and who's going to be the star man?
Corley Laws.
Any reason?
Best mate.
He should know. Well, we'll have the result of that in our bulletin tomorrow.
What about Donny? Thank you very much, and of course all the Saints fans as well. Now it's the start of the cricket season already. We've got a bit of controversy actually on the first day of the new season. In fact, Essex police have confirmed that they are investigating allegations of match irregularities. That's on their first day of their game against two Essex cricketers. More details to follow on that one, of course, as and when we get them. Now then, a rare treasure has been found in Wimpole Hall in Cambridgeshire.
Staff were cataloguing the library when they discovered a book with its own story. Claire McGlasson takes up the tale.
It's that time again. Time for a spring clean. Time to take stock. You might come across something that's been gathering dust for years. The staff at Wimpole Hall in Cambridgeshire did. A first edition of the Jungle Book signed by Rudyard Kipling himself. A gift to the little girl that had inspired him.
There's an inscription from Kipling. He's written it in his own hand, saying he's written the book to Josephine, his oldest daughter, his oldest child actually, and he's dated at 1894, which is when the book was published. just to have that personal inscription and that very personal dedication for what was his very first child, who would have been about 1 at that point, is really exciting. It's really nice. You can imagine him writing it.
The Jungle Book has not been out of print since it was first published in 1894. It's been translated into 46 different languages and has inspired 18 films, including Disney's famous animation from 1967. But Josephine's story took a tragic turn. She didn't live long enough to understand just how famous her father's book had become. She died at just 8 years old of pneumonia. That was in 1899. Around 40 years later, Josephine's younger sister Elsie moved to Wimpole Hall in Cambridgeshire with her husband George Bambridge, bringing the book with her in memory of her sister. It's been in the library ever since, but the National Trust has only just realised its significance.
I have the best job, and I get so excited when I go to work every day.
And you get to have a good nosy into someone's life.
Yes, exactly. You can look in all the cupboards and all the drawers, and it's fun. It's really fun.
The book is now going on display. A simple inscription that speaks volumes about the true story behind a famous work of fiction. Claire McGlasson, Anglia News, Wimpole Hall in Cambridgeshire.
Wow, well, aside from that library, they might find a few more little treasures in there.
Yeah.
Now, a very lovely day today, very spring-like, but will it continue into the weekend?
Amanda's off out enjoying the weather. She's up in Cromer on the North Norfolk coast. Great to see you there, Amanda. It looks delightful. What are you doing there?
Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous here. It's known as the gem of the North Norfolk coast. And can you believe it? People have actually been swimming in that sea today. Very brave, considering the sea temperature at the moment is only 7 degrees. Now, today, they have been launching their sculpture trail, which is a crabby theme, and that runs for the next 6 weeks. That's in Cromer and at Sheringham. Now, our Natalie Gray has been down here filming today, and she'll be showing reports of that over the weekend. So, speaking of the weekend, how's the weather looking? Let's take a look.
Sponsored by Anglian Home Improvements.
Now, if you want to keep up to date with the weather over the weekend, you can go to our website, which is itv.com/Anglia/weather. Now, there's lots of great stuff on there, including my weather blog, and also we've also got some behind-the-scenes footage of what goes on in the weather department, which is well worth a look. Well, from all of us here in Cromer, do have a lovely weekend, and we'll see you soon. Goodbye.
Thank you, Amanda. I'll leave you to your evening splash now.
She will do, definitely.
Now, it feels like a good weekend for gardening, doesn't it? Which leads us nicely into a new project we're calling the Anglia Allotment.
Yeah, there's never been a better time to get out and about and have a go at growing your own. So, starting next week, we'll show you how.
Digging around.
It's got the lot. It's healthy. It's rewarding. It's about making friends and growing great stuff. It's about having fun and joining in. Over the summer, we'll take you to the Anglia Allotment, where you can see how it's done, meet the characters on the plot.
Ollie is getting on, isn't she? It's her first attempt, you know.
Yes. What do your children think of it?
They've had lots of fun digging.
You meet people regularly down here and you put the world to right.
And wherever you live, hopefully have a go yourself. We've got a few well-known faces on board to give you some tips.
If you're gardening at home, always start with the bit immediately outside the kitchen window, not right down the far end of the garden.
When you go to the garden centre, don't go too mad. It's very easy to get carried away going, oh, I'll grow that variety of tomato and that one and those ones.
Good luck to you. I wish you a productive and joyous growing season.
So get ready, get in touch and get digging on the Anglia Allotment. It starts next week. You're off to do the first one, aren't you?
I am. I'm looking forward to getting my hands dirty, actually. It'll be good fun.
Brilliant. See you next week.
That's
Have a good
it.
weekend.
Bye-bye.
Bye.